You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 22nd, 2024 meeting of the Long Beach Park Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, everybody ready? I'm showing 6:01. So we'll call to order the October 22nd Parks Board meeting, 2024. Everybody is present in the room, so I don't think we have to do a roll, which is great. We've got to approve July's meeting minutes because the meeting we had in September didn't have a quorum, so we have to approve those today, and then we'll approve the September meeting minutes today. First,
So,
wait a second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's everybody, so that's approved. September minutes, I'll make a motion to approve the September minutes. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's everybody. Okay, first up. All right, we got a lot to talk about actually today. We have, I know you probably, I know you have talked about some of this stuff, but not all of us in the room at the same time. I'll give copies of this agenda. If you don't want to do it, like just have it. And it doesn't, and if you don't see your topic on there, doesn't mean we can't talk about it. Of course. I'll get you a copy, Mark. Or anything so here. All right, so activities coordinator hiring update is the first on the list.
Okay, the job description was updated for Sarah's notes, and I sent that off to Meg to post. I haven't heard anything beyond that.
She was gonna post it where?
She was gonna post it on, I believe. I have to go back and double check that.
All right, so we, probably should post that like Michigan's about, where do we want to post that? I think Chief told me, I have to go back and read my emails, but Chief said he recommended one site, Indeed.
Yeah, Zip is where I think for sure it was going, and Indeed was
Okay,
mentioned.
and we do have, one, if not two good candidates. Cindy, I think I told everybody Cindy backed out, right? But Cindy backed out because, after speaking with me, she was okay, and she spoke to Sarah. And she felt like she got a different impression about how much time she needed to actually be here, and they've got a place in Charleston that they go to in the winter, and she felt like being gone in the winter wasn't gonna work real well. But she is all very much in favor of helping, like she substitute teaches and does stuff like that, so if whoever does get the position wants to utilize Cindy for helping a lot in the summer camp, she'd be all over that, so be a good person to use anyway.
Who is Cindy?
Cindy Bloom. BLUM, who she lives in Dune. I've known her and her husband for several years, really good people. And then we've got a resume from I can't remember her name, but she was recommended by Sarah, worked for Sarah. And we need to find out for her if she wants to do both roles or just the one, the camp role or the camp activities coordinator. So we do have a good, I would say we just need to, if we have a job posted, I think that's good enough that we have a job posted for X amount of time, and we just need to decide and let the town council know and let everyone know in the town, we're gonna pick a candidate based on applicants by such and such a day. What I think that may be, and we probably ought to do that sooner than later, like by the end of the year. Minimum. Does everybody agree with that? I think it's an important role, so let's,
Yeah, it's always gonna take longer than you think.
I mean, this is, crazy, probably, but do we, post it anywhere just locally, like in the feature or anything
I
like?
thought about that. That we want to get candidates that are familiar, I think, with the system and what we do here in our community. I'm kind of afraid maybe it's the opposite way of thinking. I'm afraid if we post it to the masses, we're gonna get 30 resumes that we have to entertain.
But wouldn't you be more likely for that to happen closing in on those sites rather than the?
I don't know, but I feel like we're doing enough by getting it on Indeed and Zip is what I feel like.
Mhm.
And if we don't get, it's a really specific type of a job, it's gonna be, I think if we put it on Michigan Cities in the newspaper, you know, I just don't know what we're gonna get out of that.
I'll follow up with Meg tomorrow and just see where exactly it has been posted and what kind of,
And if she's getting anything, you know?
Yeah.
Is she gonna be the one to get it? So I'm sure she passed along as she did, and then what if we said we're gonna keep entertaining the resumes until the end of November, and we're gonna make a decision in December?
I do have to do it for that long. I mean, if we could cut it off in mid-November, it's more than 2 weeks.
You probably could, especially if it's been posted for a
I
while.
mean, we could make the decision by the end of November, have all the applicants.
Or by the next, are we gonna be able to have our next meeting? Is it, I think it's, Thanksgiving week? Are you folks all in town?
I'll be here.
Everybody's in town? Okay, so why don't we angle it to, and this is the part that I don't know about, because I don't go to the HR committees and stuff, and we've never had to hire anybody since I've been in this job.
Mhm.
What do we gotta do to get somebody hired? Do we have to bring the person to interview with the HR committee, with some town council,
Mhm.
with a chief? I just don't know. So what? So why don't we email Meg and Chief and Kendra, and who's over HR? JD.
JD, and just ask what the process is, so.
Yeah.
Next steps.
Okay. I don't want to overcomplicate it because I feel like we've got a pretty good candidate that's motivated, wants to do it, and, you know, if we don't get the other submission, so be it, and then Sydney can tag team with her, and we'll have a really good couple of people that can do it, if they both still want to do it.
okay, do you want me to follow up with that group then, with that question? What are the next steps?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
That'd be great. Yeah, if you can just copy us on that, and, if it becomes like a bunch of busy work, let us know. I can chip in and help and do whatever we gotta do. It's only when we sit down and start interviewing is where I don't know where we're saying. I know we can have, I think we can have special meetings, our town, of the parks board, and we can interview people like that are public. But I don't think town council has to do that if they're gonna go hire somebody, so we may have to, you know, it's probably not.
okay, but we're saying we want to accept resumes until,
Let's call it the Friday before our last November park board meeting.
20,
22nd,
Is
November 22nd.
it?
Yeah, it's kind of late, yeah.
Could say the 15th.
We could say, let's say the 15th, that's right in the middle of the month. Perfect. So
Okay.
November 15th,
select by end of the month.
and then I can also, if the HR committee, all those people are good with it, then we can post something on Facebook. We can have Meg put out an email blast if she wants to. We can put it on the bulletin board out here. And we can get it, in the Parks Board report to the town council as well. Which is, coming right up, right? Monday the 4th? 11th, you're right, the Monday the 11th, that timing works out.
Okay, so what goes to, what are you posting?
Nothing yet. We would like to stop taking resumes by the 15th of November.
Right.
So we were gonna post, to Facebook, bulletin board, and if Meg thinks it's appropriate, an email blast to the town, we're gonna take resumes for this position until this date. And then we're done taking resumes. And then I don't even know what we do from that point. Once we have 4 or 5 resumes in our hand, do we have to vet that through? Depending on who it is, I'm sure we're gonna have to get background screens and all that. But the one person that's applying, actually both of the people, Cindy's got background screens and she's a school teacher. But all that will have to.
So are we still doing the Indeed and
Zip and Indeed, I think they're the ones who brought those up anyway.
Okay.
Hopefully she's posted it, but she might be saying, I was waiting on you to tell us something. I don't know. I just don't remember how the email thread ended.
but one of the, I think ZipRecruiter was had a daily charge.
Did they?
Yeah, it was like $25 a day or something.
Wow, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it was expensive.
Which makes me think maybe she hasn't done it yet, because I don't think she would just keep running it forever without checking, so let's
Okay.
find out.
I'll follow up.
Okay. We get on that discussion. I appreciate all the help on that, because that is a lot of work. And we gotta get that finished. Okay, Janice, you're up.
Very good at spending money this month.
I mean, stuff happening.
It means nothing's happening, which isn't good. The plants that I had 850 budgeted for, those were all perennials. We're gonna have to shut the water off. They'll need to be watered until the ground is frozen. No way to do that, so that's on hold until spring. The bike racks, I did do some research, called 3 places about bike racks locally, well, the 3 counties of Northwest Indiana. Most people pointed me to websites for commercial racks. And Zach, I'll get with you, I found a thing about, it's an association of bikes and parking document. So I will get with you because you're a bike rider, maybe some of you are too, but I know Zach rides a lot. And look at these options that
Is this for a bike rack? For
across the street, and I thought we would make it for larger in case and I think we will expand the courts. So we might as well spend it once instead.
And we have several stops that are in need of a new bike rack.
Okay, and this document is actually pretty good, because it talks about the pros and cons. And since the bike trail, the Marquette Greenway is going through, we might get bike traffic down this way.
We probably will, yeah,
Yeah.
because we're not gonna take it down 12 past Michigan, I don't believe.
Yeah, it's on Michigan already.
No, I need that.
They're done.
They're done.
No, they're not gonna take it past Michigan into Indiana, I don't believe. Down 12, like going through town.
Oh, yeah.
So they're meant to
Yeah.
take a right to do and come down Michigan Drive to get down. So
Yeah.
it's gonna.
It's gonna wrap people,
Definitely.
right? Yeah, okay. And then the irrigation, well, this isn't a park district decision really on the money side. I wanted to give you an update. So the Presby system is gonna destroy parts of the irrigation that's in the park. And I talked to 2 irrigation companies and they said they really need to see it after the Presby system is installed. But they did ask to mark all the pipes that we might expose during the Presby build so that they could see them. And they both said they would repair and add on instead of having to replace the whole thing. I just wanted to make you aware that we'll be tearing up the park a little bit on that. Try to save heads.
Yes, and,
I talked to Wisco and to keep it growing. And I didn't get a call back from Hess yet, but they're on my list too. And then Chris Cross apologizes about not getting back with us on Moon Valley.
Yeah.
But he's had a lot of stuff going on in budget right now, so,
Whatever, that'd be great.
okay, that's it.
You might want to look at Park Warehouse website.
yeah,
That's where we're getting the benches from. They have a lot of stuff there that's appropriate for that kind of bike rack.
Okay,
and we,
I just wanted to know how much money we want to spend, so they just see how many bikes. If most of this document is recommending those just you kind that you bolt in,
yeah,
and they hold 2 bikes, and because of the e-bikes, that's what most people are recommending, because some of them might have to be fat tire ones, and you just need room.
yeah, the bolting kind of really hard at our stops, there's nothing to bolt to.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to come up with, hey, you can
Okay.
concrete those in.
okay,
It's more work.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, you just get the drums, throw some concrete in, but
We do have some stops that have, 23's got concrete we can bolt to. We did do another stop.
Yeah.
Still, right, a lot of them are wood, some of them never gonna last really long anyway, you know, the wood ones were handmade by whoever did them.
I think 22 had one and it got broken and removed. Was it 22?
Yeah, I mean, if I had an expensive bike, I wouldn't bolt it to, I wouldn't lock into a wooden racks or too easy to break, you know? So if,
so who do you want me to work with, inventory of bike racks?
Or, yeah.
Okay,
if we have money to spend, you know, we're getting to the point where it's gonna be difficult to spend a whole lot more money, we wanna use our budget.
yeah.
So this is one of those things we could get a whole bunch of bike racks ordered, even if we didn't, and get maybe one or two extra and store them at the maintenance facility,
Yeah,
that would be good.
we could probably use some more at the community center too,
Mhm. Yeah,
because there's always a lot of bikes laying there in the summertime. It's good, right?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
thank you. Okay, stop landscaping in general upkeep. So we can use this to talk about 29, update on 21 real quick. So I've been emailing Woodruff for a couple of months, trying to get him, because he had told somebody in person,
Yeah, you and me both.
I owe you a waterfront. So I just, right before this meeting, I texted him. I said, hey, are you getting any of my emails? He's like, oh my God, no. So he's like, yes, I tried to buy one that was discontinued. I owe you that. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna have to probably get him a deadline, you know, let's get one in before the end of the spring or
Yeah.
before spring.
I was following up on that, and from what I understand, you know, their other big location is in Tampa, Florida.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's been down there trying to deal with hurricane and stuff.
Oh, yes.
So I was giving you a pass.
Yeah.
On kind of that. But that said, I did find a really good one. I happened to be in, somewhere in Michigan. South Haven, I think. And they had the perfect one. It had they had water fountain for people, it had a little bowl for dogs, and it had a spigot behind a locked door. Which is exactly what we wanted. So, oh, and a bottle, so everyone's gonna go up.
Oh,
So I took a picture of it and I can find, you know, the manufacturer, you can see like what would it take, and maybe we can work with Woodruff to get that installed, or if we need to pay for part of it.
We get that times two, because Brian said we should replace the ones that we put here at the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Paul, and do you know where we're at on just general, do we have any buckets that need?
We are doing okay on it, so, I can maybe talk to Mac to see if we can move some things around. But I think we're doing okay on budget, and we should be able to do some of those things.
Yeah, and I don't even know if you need to move things around technically, I think if you, as long as you put it in a bucket, I don't even know if it has to make sense necessarily, it can still be put into that bucket. And so. Yeah, 2 big water fountains would be good, Woodruff. I have his cell phone number, if you need that, and if you wanted to text him what you find, I'm sure he would be happy to not have to dig one.
Yeah.
And he'll just buy it, sure, yeah, and we'll probably just install it around the positive, if he doesn't, we'll do it. There's no concrete pad over there, though, it's gonna need, the one you're talking about is a big, heavy,
You'd probably have to put a concrete pad in,
yeah,
probably either way, but I think all of those are gonna come to something, but
I think so, yeah. Okay, some progress. I didn't even know we had one here. Okay,
yeah, it's not great, I agree,
He's got us to compost too, so the line will count.
it would be nice.
okay, so, while we're talking stop upkeep, 29 is cleared. You should have a huge round of applause, because that's been, it's been years, and then he cleared out half of the trees by the rocks, for the rocks where he cleared all those out, and left all the 7 other ones right by the path. And Chris Willoughby emailed me, it's like, hey, yeah, he did it. I was like, no, he didn't do it. You know, here's a picture. They're all still there. And he said, well, you told him you didn't have to do that. And I said, no, here's the email. It specifically says all the trees needed removing. So he removed all the trees and they're gone. So, where the rocks are and the sand is easy, doing grass planting, Paul's already got a quote. And then, we're gonna go ahead and plant dune grass on the grassy part of that as well, unless DJ comes back and says, it's a TJ or TJ comes back and says, ain't gonna work there unless we do X, Y, Z. If we can afford it, let's do X, Y, Z and get that knocked out.
Yeah, agreed.
And then, in the spring, we'll do the split rail fencing and tell Tim if you want something other than split rail, now's the time, and, just move on. I already told him we're gonna plant green grass, if we have any complaints about that. So I think we're golden.
Yep. Moving along.
If anyone has any other ideas about what we can plant there that doesn't require a whole bunch of maintenance? Well, sorry, yeah, well, water. It's tough.
The other one would be either Little Bluestone or Big Bluestone. Big Bluestone gets quite high, about 6 feet high. Little Bluestone is about 24 inches, but puts really good roots. Some of the deepest roots of some of the natives and a whole.
They feather it on top. The,
Yeah, in the bottom, they get red and I have a stain in the backyard, but I system and do about, yeah.
okay,
Whole.
All right, look into that.
Pictures.
okay.
Yes, please.
Community center, park, Memorial Garden project, is there anything going on that we have to be aware of on that, Janice? I think we have to finish landscaping around
I
it
really can't speak to it because I don't know exactly what's going on
with SB or,
with you mean which,
I'm talking about the papers we put in.
oh, the papers, that's all finished, except for plants and the irrigation.
Did he put the sand in?
Yes.
He did that.
And then-
Did we have any, papers with people, names on it that are already in there? Yes, those are in there. Okay.
6,
Okay, so
and we put out a thing in the newsletter and how to.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's great. That's what made me think about it. And then, and then we had in the original plan was to put landscaping around it, new landscaping. So what do you want to do and when do you want to do it?
That's the one we'll need to wait for spring because everything needs water.
That's what you were talking about.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And it's really simple, boxwoods and, silicone flowers, it's not elaborate, which is something that deer aren't gonna eat, and are gonna be really dry, resistant to.
It's been the plan, just we don't have the temperatures.
Yeah.
Okay, so encroachments can come off next meeting and stop 24 damage. It's really not landscaping damage. It was just a split rail and one bench.
Yeah, that should be done, potentially next week. They're going to, replace the damaged split rail fence and redo the rope. Some of that fence it's like a rope fence between the split rail. And some of it was broken, so they're just gonna replace all that rope so that's fresh and new. The split rail was, it's like an older style where the posts are round instead of rectangular there now. So they couldn't find those old posts. So rather than have it go from a round post to a square post, they're going to replace another whole section, like one section, so that it'll be modern split rail, and then the old part will be the round split.
Okay.
So, but that'll be done hopefully next week.
And the benches as well.
Yeah, so they're gonna take the bench from 21 and move that to 24. And then they're gonna take the existing bench at 24 and fix it, because it's kind of downward angle. They're gonna reset both of those. So they wanted 21 matches, they wanted 24. So those will be matching again. And then we're gonna get the new one, for 21, so 21. And, I think $8,500 or so dollars, so that is paid for by insurance. So
Yeah.
most of that's not even hitting our budget.
Okay. And you mentioned 21, and you talked about putting rocks, big rocks at the end of the parking to keep people from parking too close to the split.
Yeah, he's much more for the fence than the rocks. Apparently, it's expensive to move those rocks. So I don't know.
Can we do, just so we're gonna keep the split rails there, right? The one that's at the top of the hill.
Yes,
And then he was thinking another lower fence?
Another one closer to the road by like 12 feet, and that would be the parking area for stroller, bikes and whatnot.
So you mentioned road, what if we did round posts that were like half as tall as the fence on the north side facing the lake? And did road. So that the post would be big enough to stop a car physically. But not be as tall as the fence in front of it and make it look like,
So wood,
yeah,
but I think his concern is people just driving over and
I know, but well, what kind of fence was he?
split rail. He was gonna do split rail and then do it in not cemented. He said the problem is if you put it in concrete, and if somebody hits it, it snaps. You gotta replace the whole thing. So you just put it in sand, and if someone hits it, it just kind of bends the sand out and stand it back up.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking like, not railroad tie actually, but something as big and meaty, that's, that big and meaty.
So substantial.
So
Like what they have in winter or the,
You don't even have to have look there, just 103 feet.
right, like those ones are 24, so nobody drives down there. Those
Yeah.
two big chunker ones.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, those are meant to fall over, but they're cheap looking. I probably would have done that differently in the side, but I'm buried in the sand, straight up wood.
Yeah, gotcha.
Simple. No one's gonna knock them over if they're buried 2 or 3 feet deep.
Yeah, okay.
And
When might that be done?
TBD,
Okay,
why? Just gotta figure out the plan first, so.
okay, so I think where they put those big rocks to delineate where the cars stop, does
That's
not,
probably medium sized rocks.
yeah. Doesn't leave enough room between them and the split rail fence.
agreed.
There's too much room for cars.
Agreed.
And like 2 cars parked there, that's dumb. So let's get that pulled back,
It should be
so that the
closer
park,
to,
like 8 feet,
Yeah.
seriously,
yeah, agreed, but enough for a car.
exactly.
And then what's underneath where the cars go, will have to be cut or picked up. They're,
Yeah.
I can't remember what
Are they connected under?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
they're linked. I was there when they were installing them. Not a big deal to take them out, saw them, and then saw so they can put
Gotcha.
bollards in, but I feel like, lower knee-high bollards would, that anyone from driving through them would be big enough to see, and then you don't have to have 2 sets of split rail at the same stop. I just think it'll,
I got you.
weird.
All right, we'll look at options for that. I mean, it's not super time sensitive. I mean,
That would be like the, if they could find their old, like, telephone poles that are that's what my brother-in-law uses on his farm, the tree sets, like, swing sets and stuff. Those things are treated, they're not gonna go anywhere. We can just pick one of them and saw it and use it, that would be the way to go. I bet those guys know people who can drop all of them.
Okay,
All right, I've got Blue Valley in here because it was something you brought up a while ago. I don't know if it's not been talked about much since I've been missing meetings, but.
we can take it off this. It is still ongoing. In most recent news, I talked to the company that is doing the environmental cleanup for the Old Liberty SciTech. They are open to allowing trails through there with their blessing or whatever. They wanted to know where the trails go, so my plan now is to work with Shoreline Land Trust, ideally, to find some help from someone to say, hey, can we definitely things I want to do? Then is there some expert, I assume there's a science or at least some kind of method to creating where trails should go. But if we can come up with something like that and show them, here's what we want to do, keep it away from all of your wells and everything, and have appropriate signage that says stay on the trail and blah, blah, stuff. But that would let us legitimately use all of that property as part of Food Valley, to make it a bigger piece of property.
Is it the property between the Valley and the homes begin all the way down into Michigan City?
It's the southwest portion of Food Valley. So like if you drive in by that Shell plant, and keep going north, it's that immediate area right there.
I've never seen that before. I don't know what
I
that.
never driven back there. Is there parking?
No, that's one of the things that, to, that, to get more usable. So the whole point in all this, and this is not, it's marginally a Long Beach topic, but Long Beach has by far the most number of residents surrounding Boone Valley that could use it to legitimate parking. So the goal is just to get the ability to use all of that space for recreation.
Yeah.
So even if we can't own it, if we can get permission to build and maintain trails, the problem right now, of course, is maybe there's a back there. A tree falls on the trail, you can't get by, you have to walk around it, you know, and ticks and bites on your leg, it'd take a week to go away, just speaking from experience. So the idea would be just to have more, control of it and understanding. Right now, nobody really knows, well, can I go here? Can I not go here? Who owns this? Am I trespassing or not?
Yeah.
Trying to make it easier for people to use. So, that said, it's not really a Long Beach topic, and if you want to take on the business, I'm happy to give updates as they happen, but, it doesn't need to be on. Okay, it's a good idea.
Oh, one more question. Have you got a guy named Sean that's like really involved in Moon Valley? I don't know his last name. Sean something. He's kind of, he came to the meet and greet and that's all they would talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Do you know who he is? Joy knows.
Okay.
He says he's in tech, but she says he really doesn't have a job, but he's very involved in Moon Valley. I mean, that's his thing. So I was,
Hey, she wasn't talking about, kind of describing me.
I mean, do you want to knock on the door or do you want me to? I can write down his name and send it to you. I'll do that. I'll let you.
Oh, either way.
But he was like, that's his thing, so I think we should talk.
No, yeah, that'd be great. Just, thank you.
Okay. I didn't know if everybody knew about me or not.
Okay, moving on to new business, we got some topics on here earlier, new that we haven't talked about them as a group. I think some of them, one of them's brand new, the city, said that somebody brought this up, maybe.
Yeah, that there are stops where it says you cannot park other than the 10 minute, but there are no parking spots, and they could be like a hazard, people stopping on the street to unload cars or something like that. So the thought was we should take the signs off the stops that do not have a designated place for a car to park.
That makes sense, there's that on the street.
Right,
Yeah,
does that make sense? Yeah.
yeah, I think maybe 19, maybe 1. I can't think of any where we have that, but
Are you saying that the signs make it seem like you're allowed to have 10 minutes, even though there's no spot?
Yes, yeah.
I think one of them has a little bit of kind of, we sort of get off a little bit, and it's right by a stop sign, it's not safe. Like 20 is one of
Well, 26 has the car, and then that's 26. 26 doesn't have any car. And I think there's a sign about it.
No,
There's no sign. Okay, I would have to sign, stop.
Oh, we'll look at the bike racks and check that.
Okay. That's no big thing.
Yeah, that's easy.
The next one's the bigger one.
Yeah. So which one are you gonna do first, community center or tennis sports? They're both big. I'll do them in the orders. Okay, so tennis courts, we've all agreed that we need to completely redo our tennis court, and we were gonna try to get another court next to the bills. The town has money, or can get money, as do we. Basically, we just need to, the first step here, I know we can get this funded. We just need to get an architect to work on it, get funding to do the architectural part of this. If we don't have it, which we probably would have it, if we go to January, we'll have money to get an architect to look at this. I'm not sure if it would be.
That's in the budget.
But what kind of art? That's right.
Well, that's the thing, it's got,
Who is it that's the right person to design what it should look like and how it incorporates into the park and.
I think you'd use, without ever doing something like this, I think you get somebody like Arn who would do the drawings of the actual court, and then they could partner up with, Drama Blank, the landscape architect we use, and Stu, friends are in the, and we got those two groups
Okay,
together.
what was the second one, art to do together?
The name of his company, his name is Stu, I've got his. Yeah, he's a very good landscape architect. They've done a lot of properties around the beach, and my neighbors, the town, area here, they've done a lot of work there. So, I I think probably if they don't do the work themselves to lay it out, they'll, and see how it's, I would imagine they do. I don't think about how someone does do that.
And I would think this would be a really good time of year that we have time, so I'll get my son at least to come out and, just take a look and, see what ideas he has.
Okay,
And then we can look for that, and then.
and it's replaced what we have, full stop, ground up, and then to the left of it, a pickleball court. Just a pure pickleball court.
But it might have to be more than one. I'm thinking, because if you keep the two courts, it's almost not worth it to just do one more pickleball court.
Well, you, I mean, the width of one. And the length of, so you
So two inside it,
Perpendicular.
right?
Yeah, okay,
you would have two more pickleball courts.
yeah,
And you wouldn't have, if you go too much wider, make it wide, like you get short, you're gonna be into the pavilion,
Right.
trees. But I think if we just make it a little bit wider, we could do that.
okay, and then the other question I had is that, do I need to talk to Long Beach Country Club at all, or is this property that we know we can work with without involving them?
Yeah, a year ago, I told you we had to talk to them, we just got a new survey back recently that told us we had one more land we thought we had.
Okay,
It's
One sliver is still.
yeah, of the
first,
text.
yeah, oh, sliver of the tennis.
Yeah, they're not gonna, they're
They're not,
gonna run.
okay.
They're gonna advertise that they're there, so they can do some knowledge, so, I'm so, I don't know them to have to pay for any of it, but we would want to give it to Chris and say, we want to ask to do a documentation, said, allow us to do this. We're gonna maintain it. Otherwise, if they're gonna be involved in maintaining it or saying they own it, they can chip in. And they really do want to chip in, I don't know, but, in the initial parts of all this, I'm just saying, let's just get it set up and done with it.
But I know also somebody has talked about, I don't know who, if anybody else has heard this, the need for, paddle tennis courts. Has anybody heard that?
Us, okay. And again, one,
Okay, I mean, is that something we wanna, if we're gonna do this, is that something we investigate?
What's paddle tennis?
Well, it's something you can play all year round because there's heaters underneath, it's similar to a court the size probably, I've never played it, but just from
How's it different?
like maybe the size of a pickleball court, but it's raised so that there's heaters underneath so you can play all year round.
It's different than pickleball, it's different sport. You can hit balls and balls and stuff. They have it in some of the high-end, fitness centers and stuff in Chicago.
Oh, but it would require walls, not.
Yeah,
That's
it's big heads, you can hit balls. It's.
not dangerous.
It's ours.
I mean, I think it sounds more expensive and there's not, we haven't been overrun with requests for it, like we have for we know there's a ton of people that love pickleball. So that seems like a really, I think we want to do stuff where it gets used 80% of the time, not just occasionally by a few people.
To me, that would be similar to somebody saying, I'm not. I mean, that'd be great,
Yeah.
but it's something that's.
Yeah. Just wanted to ask, okay.
I have since you brought up hockey, who does the ice rink? The
Fire.
The fire, that part along here, and he organizes it in part, put it down here.
Okay, that's really neat.
Yeah, it's cool, I've helped him do that.
Nick loves it.
Yeah.
He goes down there.
All right, so I'll get in touch with our.
Okay, well, you're doing this on your way out the door, so let me keep good notes, of what you're doing, and
Oh,
hand them over to me, well,
It's not going that far.
yeah, I'm gonna be around.
Janice, who did you say the landscape architect was?
Stu Branson, FRAN.
what's the name of the company though? What's the name of the firm? It's on.
He's retired, so he's been doing things.
Oh,
It's,
The firm is PDA, which is, I don't know if that's his son, he's involved,
okay, well,
that's who bought Stu's firm,
got it.
so Yeah, that goes to, will do technical design, but another that, that's quite well known around here for tennis court parks design is Berkman, BRG, EFB, I think. Yeah, they're, they do, we work with them, Shirley Hines, they're very good and generous too, and understanding. And fashion too. They're, Chicago, both of those firms are national firms, but.
Yeah, and I bet on that is somebody. That is essentially Stu's contact information. Okay, last one, the community centers. Did you guys talk about this last week?
Yes, yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
We didn't talk about Kendra's idea that it come under the park board. I think that's probably the most important thing in a way, is like, who will own this?
Yeah.
Because I could see it, the need for a committee of, present park board, maybe town council, and maybe a couple of community people that are very interested in this. But it's a huge project.
Yeah, the way, as I thought about it more, she called me a couple of days, and I had no idea she was gonna bring that up, and I talk to her all the time. But there's two separate things. There's getting it done, the rebuilding and the fundraising and the whatever, it's gonna be a couple of $2-3 million, $4 million probably to do it, if you're gonna do it right. Because it's a historical building. That part's one thing, and then managing after the fact is a different thing. I think if the town and with our blessing or whatever decided, we want to spearhead this, we want to see it get done. Once it in the town, the council owns it, or the town council establishes a ad hoc subcommittee to run the ideas and the fundraising and the building and the smoothing it over with the committee that's already there now, that part would, I'm for that, it would be great for the town for something like that to happen, but it doesn't feel like that's anywhere near within the scope of what 4 people could do in this room. And I asked her about Enjoy, can we expand us for that? And that is a whole, it's not just a yes, you can't just go, Enjoy just can't, okay, we won't have 5. It's gotta be something that's goes through the process. So I would like to spend time too. I'd be happy to be a liaison or even have somebody on this committee that's on board that would be part of that committee, knowing that we're going to take it at some point in time. But for us to manage that, I just see us dropping all the things, and it's just not something I feel like it's in our scope to do. But I'm a little negative on that. I'm only one, so.
Would it be up to the town council then to
I would think so.
say, we need to pull together a subcommittee of this, what, 6 people or whatever that is, and then, next steps, they would need to really come up with a long-range plan and,
So you're talking about a committee to come up with a plan,
yeah,
just for the beginning.
yeah, I mean,
It's not just a matter of calling 3 architects and getting 3 bids.
right,
That's the easy part.
It's gonna be involved so many, so much history and feelings and emotions and people that are already engaged with it. And people that already have a spot there that they met and use, and I don't even know where to start. I know how to manage projects, but this is a big one.
And not only that, we don't have park board staff, right? So we're gonna do an inventory of the stops, so that'll be us, right? Then we don't have some say, oh, go do that inventory of the stops until it's time, right? But that's fine for this, but yeah, running the community center, that's like a job. So,
Yeah,
well, and renovating it for what? You need to determine what you're really renovating for. What will the use be? So it's really.
Who's gonna manage?
Carpet from first.
it's 2 years, it's 2 years before it's shovel, it's the dirt is when you see it. It's
Yeah.
a massive effort to come up with something. Maybe I'm being.
Yeah, I can see shovel even necessarily.
Yeah, it's,
There, I think there's a lot that can be done just to renovate inside.
Yeah.
Kitchen working and all
Yeah,
that.
euphemism. I'm just saying, before we even start doing any work, I don't think anything needs to be torn out, but just like redo the roof, redo all the windows, redo the.
Rest done. It'll be
Yeah,
done.
that's true, yeah, that's true.
Check that out.
So, yeah, check that off. Rest done. I mean, but when you look inside at the condition of the walls and the carpet and everything. Yeah.
It just needs to be overhauled, and
Yeah.
it's like a gut, yeah.
Yeah, that's what but we need to know what the purpose of that center is and what we want each room to be and all that.
Yeah, is it on the historic register? Is it?
Yeah,
So, oh, holy cow.
yeah, so that's why, that's what made my slide, needs to do, everything you do has to be approved.
Right.
So I'll try to get to the next town council meeting. I haven't looked at my travel schedule yet, but since.
You can't,
Okay. But we can just bring this up and say that it was brought up as an idea, we think it's a really good idea in parts of it, and just lay out what we think we can, what we think we don't have the resources to manage.
But, I mean, there's the question of kind of fixing it up and figuring out what it wants to be.
Right.
There's also the question of who's in charge of it, right? Should that fall under the park? Is to say Parks and Recreation Facility in Long Beach, or is it a separate thing as it has been? It's just a separate thing. Right, that's a bigger question too.
It's gonna, and when it's done, it's gonna need, a part-time paid position to manage what is there.
Agreed, a manager, so as soon as a manager, but what is the body that is making decisions for?
It's kind of a stretch, but you never know, maybe the activities coordinator position could morph into something like that. Also in charge of like running, other activities within the community center. We just don't know that at this point, what it could look like. And I think it could look in many different ways.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, it's got to set up, what's the criteria gonna be for the building?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what goes in there, it may not really have a lot to do with our current park board functions.
No.
So,
That's true. I think Kendra, I hate speaking for her, I think she wants someone to take action and do it, and she used this group as the group that's gonna do that, all the groups. And she's probably right, but it still needs to make sense.
But there is a community center committee.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly, and there's people that are
they have,
heavily engaged, of course they do, yeah,
so, we can't work against them.
right.
Complicated.
Okay, so we'll kick that off and bring it up and tell them what we're thinking.
Mhm.
And just see where it goes from there. In the meantime, it's going to be a swap out of some of the council members, I guess 2 council members, right? 41, we're swapping out.
Wait, how to, just do, yeah.
2. Okay. And mentioning that, Cindy's going to be leaving us, and so that's some information for us, candidate for us. And that'll be something will come up in the same town council meeting. So
okay, say that again?
Cindy's going to be a town council.
Right, and then you said what?
Have somebody interested in, this support.
Okay,
I submitted the information to Zach.
okay, I might also have someone interested.
Great, yeah, whoever's interested, that's a position that, it's either gonna be voted on or Julie appoints.
Right. Right,
I can't remember which is position.
And it has to be a full-time.
Yeah.
One week.
yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Okay, we got 10 more minutes. Anybody else have anything before I open up the floor? There's nobody on the floor, by the way. Okay, public comments?
To go back to the community center
Yeah.
discussion, once again, Berlin has a lot of experience. They were responsible for the Amtrak station in Chicago, the whole redo, and how they wanted to repurpose that. So they did a lot of studies. I know they have another consultant, but if they do talk to Berlin, you might mention that. And then we like saying Indiana landmarks. the Preservation Society for the state. They would probably have some good references for you to talk with, lots of activities of them. There's probably companies that, would do something like that.
If you think of more, just shoot it
Yeah.
out, shoot it out, that'd be great, thank you.
Jeff Bertland is really good to work with, working with him in Chicago.
Oh,
He's really easily impressed.
I had a suggestion, you looking for someone to run, and there's ever thought of advertising in the schools. But teachers don't work in the summer. You might find someone who might be interested in doing something, especially a young teacher
That's,
that.
the majority of our counselors and directors are school teachers.
Okay,
And the person that applied is a school teacher,
Okay.
local schools, yeah. That's not a good idea. If there's if there's a way to do that by school, we could do that.
probably ask one
That just-
teacher,
Oh, it's
what
important.
it's jobs, you know. You
Yeah.
have, also in the past, they,
She came from her, she did a lot of work, schools in different cities, so she might know where it is.
you know, do something like
But,
you know,
network.
I thought you were suggesting she had the job.
No,
Just for reference. But I think there's some parks and recs job board too in Indiana. Yeah, I think I lost that. I'll Google it and see if I can find that. I place job postings. Recs.
Yeah, probably for positions like mine that are paid everywhere else. Probably. Okay, anything else? All right, motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. I'll second, all in favor? Aye. All right. Thanks, everybody. That was a good session.